Hi, I'm Tracy Soffra. Welcome to the Women of Wealth podcast, dedicated to helping women achieve financial independence and thrive in every area of her life. Have you ever wondered how certain women become so successful? What are their tricks to achieving greatness, you've wondered? The reality is that all successful women have certain habits and characteristics. So if you're focused on achieving great things, I've got a list of about 10 habits of successful women that I've put together that you can start practicing today. Let's get straight into it. Let me share the first one. The first one is that they have concrete goals. Right? A crucial part of having goals is to make sure that they're clear and they're specific. Now, if you don't set goals, how can you become successful? I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to put a goal out there. You've got to put every action in place. You've got to set that goal, and then you've got to achieve that goal to have success. So it makes sense that the very first thing is that they have concrete goals. But they need to be clear and they need to be specific. So, for instance, having a goal to save money is great, but not very clear, is it? Save money. What does that actually even mean? Where's the time frame? Where's the amount? Where's the goal amount? But having a goal to save $5,000 in 9 months is more achievable, correct? And then you would break that down into monthly and so on and so forth. So to help you create more concrete goals, make sure you have what I call a SMART goals. And SMART goals are specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're relevant, and they're time-bound. Another example I can give you of SMART goals is typically people will say, I want to lose weight. That's a goal. Great. Well, how? Where is the specific? Where is the measurable? Where is the attainable? Where is the relevance? And where is the time-bound? You could reframe that and say, I want to lose 10 kilos in 6 months, and I'm going to walk every day. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm going to eat fish 3 times a week and chicken and meat the other 4 and da-da-da-da. And you break that down. You be specific. You measure it. You talk about how attainable it is, how relevant it is, and specifically time bound. And that's what I call SMART goals, and they're concrete goals, and they allow you to stay on top of that and measure it. And making sure that you're writing down these goals, because writing down goals solidifies it, takes it out of your head and onto paper, and it's extremely helpful. And also, once you get them down on paper, what I would like to share with you is, I believe that really successful women visualize. So try to visualize yourself achieving these goals. And, if it sounds uncomfortable or silly, it's not at all. It's a great way to stay motivated. It is another way to trick the subconscious mind into believing that it's real. And also, they talk about a picture paints 1,000 words. Ain't that the truth? Writing something down, but then visualizing yourself, actually achieving that goal or being in a position when that goal is achieved. And that really requires you to sit in a meditative space for 5, 10, 15, whatever it is, and make sure that you're visualizing each and every single one of those SMART goals. But concrete goals are key. The second thing is, they follow an action plan. They set actions in place. They set goals that are specific, measurable. They're SMART goals. They write them down. They visualize them. They put a plan of action in place. So make a plan of action to complete those goals, and consider breaking down, as I've just mentioned, those goals into smaller tasks using the framework of SMART goal setting, and even daily, to help you get closer to your goal, making sure you're breaking it down on a daily, weekly, monthly, and so on basis to get you to the end result. So, for instance, let me give you an example. If your goal is to get a new job next year, break that down into weekly tasks, such as editing your resume, applying for 3 jobs a week, attending a networking event once a week, learning a new skill once a month. Also, breaking it down into specifics like that. Also, with your action plan, having a system to track your progress is incredibly important. Something as simple as keeping a list of your small victories or milestones that would work really, really well. And again, as I always say, you've got to make sure that you're tracking these to see how you're going, and also to see what's working, what's not working, what you can pat yourself on the back for, and what you need to go back to the drawing board and review. Number 3, celebrate the progress without a doubt. Yes, make sure you're acknowledging the progress and celebrate it. So celebrating when you've achieved each goal is a great way to acknowledge your efforts, and something you can be really, really proud of. And it's also a great way to keep the momentum going. And small wins, any win, even the slightest win, it builds. It's like that air beneath your wings. It's like that, oh, wow, there's a tick, and then on to the next. So it builds confidence, and confidence is so incredibly important in achieving goals, because it builds that momentum and allows you and spurs you on to the next step. Number 4, you got to believe in yourself. You have to. This is key. You must be very well-centered within yourself and believe in yourself. Now, believing in yourself may or may not come naturally. To some people, it comes more naturally. It may not to you. I don't know. If you struggle with self-confidence, there's a few things you can do to start building that self-esteem. So there are things like spending time with supportive people, sharing your knowledge with others, and, if daily affirmations work for you, use what works for you in order to believe in yourself. It's incredibly important. Here's one really, really important one that a lot of women struggle with. I have struggled with, but I'm very good at it now. Say no sometimes. I was going to say no to some things, but, say no sometimes. Saying no to people or certain opportunities, it can feel awkward and uncomfortable. I get it. We as women like to people please. I'm generalizing, of course, not all of us, but we are givers, we are nurturers, we are caretakers, and we want to look after everyone, we want to say yes to everyone, but that doesn't really work for you. Successful women see the benefit in saying no to opportunities that don't match their values, okay? Or things they simply don't have enough time for. Okay, saying no gives us the power to choose how best we use our time and where we focus our energy. Time is something that is limited. It's not infinite. There's only 24 hours in a day, and there's so much energy we have to give. So be very mindful that you're using that energy and that time to the things that really matter, and be okay and build that muscle of saying no thank you. Okay. Number 6, take time for self-care. Self-care is a buzzword now. It wasn't around when, I was in my 20s or 30s or even 40s, but being successful really does mean that these women are taking care of themselves physically and mentally. You can't be at the top of your game if you're mentally and physically not feeling your best. It is virtually impossible to be successful at anything that you do if you're not on top of your mental and your physical health. We know that it is easier said than done, both of them. We know that. But a simple way to start is with regular exercise and eating well. We all know that too. When I talk about regular exercise, just move. Like somebody said to me once, simply move. And I thought, that takes the onus off thinking that you've got to spend hours in a gym on treadmills. And we know that cardio isn't the be it and end all now. Go for a simple walk. Wherever you are, go up the stairs, walk down the corridor, park your car a bit further away, whatever it is, just movement, move your body. If you can, consider incorporating things like daily walks in the morning, consider joining a Pilates class or something like that. Play around with it. See what works for you. Do what works for you. Don't try and be something you're not, and just start with something. So consider ways of incorporating healthy habits into your daily life, like that simple walk, or in the mornings, having, when it's quiet in the morning and you've got that lovely cup of coffee, if you're enjoying coffee like I do, and you've got a great book, read for, you probably don't have an hour, say read for 10, 15 minutes with your cuppa in the morning. That is a great way to look after your mental health. Think of joining a fitness class or doing a social media detox might be really, really helpful. Tip number 7, always have a backup plan. Successful women always have a backup plan. Sometimes things just don't happen the way that we want them to. That's life, yeah? It's not perfection. And that's perfectly okay. You have to learn to pivot. You have to learn to kind of, if it didn't work that way, what's the other way I can go? If it didn't work that way, what's, thinking outside the box, having what we call is a plan B. It's much easier to bounce back when things haven't worked out well or haven't gone to plan if you've got a backup plan. Number 8, stay on top of your finances and your career. You know this one was coming, right? The job market and the economy can be really unpredictable. I understand that. Yet with simple steps, you can be prepared for sudden changes, right? So some ways to prepare yourself include keeping your resume updated, taking classes to improve your skill set. This is part of your career. And for your financial well-being, make sure you've got a cash flow analysis, much like the Empower programs, automatic cash flow framework that looks at the income, less the expenses, and what have you got left over, and that cash flow surplus, where you're going to allocate that. Is it to super? Is it to investing? Is it to debt reduction? Is it to buying a property? What is it? So staying on top of your budget, dare I say, and then having an emergency fund, These are all the ways and different ways that you can look after yourself financially. Number 9, be comfortable with failing. Yeah? Get comfortable with failure. And that's probably not the right word. I only fail when I give up. I don't really fail. I either succeed or I learn and I go again. So successful women know how to cope with things that don't go quite to plan. And I guess I just want to share with you ways that you can be at peace with this. Embrace your emotions. Yeah, it's okay to feel hurt, angry, sad when something doesn't go according to plan. It's perfectly okay. Learn to express those emotions, like get them physically out of your body, accepting your feelings and allowing yourself some time is a good way to move on. Like, give yourself that time. These days, it seems like we need to be rushing everything. It seems like we're not allowed to feel anything or take a moment with anything. It's like we've just got to jump to the next thing. Take your time, feel the emotions, give yourself time to move on. Embrace those and don't worry about what others think of you. Yeah? Instead, take pride in your ambition and dreams. Not a lot of people have them. And, do what's right for you. You've got to focus back in on yourself and learn from the habits of these successful women. Another tip that I'll share with you is know when to ask for and accept help. This is a difficult one. I still struggle with this. I'm not sure most women are comfortable with this, but asking for and accepting help, it protects you from stress and burnout, and it can increase your productivity. It truly can. So allowing you to smash your goals means that there are times when you have to ask and you have to accept help, and it is perfectly fine. Strive for personal development. Enhancing your skills is always number one. Personal growth is always on top of the list. And experience, so enhancing your experiences and your skills, they have many benefits for women. So never stop learning. Why? Because life never stops teaching, does it? There are many ways to enhance your learnings, such as online or in-person classes, signing up for thought leaders. You can have what are they called? Masterminds. There's newsletters, or you can work with a mentor or a coach. Every successful athlete still has a coach, don't they? So it absolutely makes sense to have a coach or a mentor. And don't compare yourself to others. Comparison is the killer of all joy, is it not? It's hard to avoid it these days. I get it, especially with social media. And next time you get stuck in a comparison loop, I want you to take a moment to remind yourself of your unique talents and gifts. There is only one you. And you have your own perspective on issues that may have been discussed 1,000 times over, but they haven't been discussed from your perspective, from the way that you view the world, from the way that you analyze it. There is only one you. And really, nobody is you, and that's your specialty. That is something worth remembering. Remember that your past does not define you. I love this, and this will set you free. We all have a past. We all evolve, develop, and grow. Who I was 30 years ago is not who I am today. That should not define who I am today. So we're all born with circumstances that we cannot control. No matter how difficult, strange, or different your past is, and we all have them, do we not? It doesn't define the person you are today. Remember that you don't control your past, but you can. You absolutely can determine your future. And the success you desire is absolutely attainable. Make no mistake about that. It's all about having habits that help you achieve it. So I hope you enjoyed all of those little tips I've just shared with you. And I hope that you will incorporate one or more of them in your life. But which habit will you start to implement first? Which one of those is my question to you. If you need help talking, about any one of these new habits and how to incorporate them or achieving your goals, then make sure to book a call with one of our strategists. We are here to help you navigate making your decisions, your financial decisions that align with who you are, what's important to you, and to achieve your long-term goals so that you can thrive in life and protect yourself financially. All you need to do is go to wowwomen.com.au, click on the link to our programs and book in a time with one of our financial strategists. And best of all, the call is absolutely free. If you found today's episode to be particularly helpful, please share it with a friend, leave a review, and don't forget to subscribe so you never ever miss an episode. And until next time, take control of your wealth and your future.